Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Carnival Central is joined by Mr. Michael Dinchong, the Managing Director of the Caribbean Airlines Invaders Steel Orchestra. Thank you, Michael, for joining us tonight.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. All right, Michael. So, this is the beautiful sound of steel pan music. This is something that we should all be proud of as Trinis, the only instrument invented in the 20th century, the wonderful steel pan. So, Michael, give us a little background on the Invaders or Steel Orchestra.
Well, actually, I said the only instrument, the only percussion instrument invented in the 20th century, right? And when we look at the history of pan, it's about 70-something to 80 years old, right? And actually, Invaders would be celebrating 75 years this year. So when you put those things together, you would realize that we are an inherent part of the development of the pan and steel band and so on. Our, one of our early members, founding members, Ellie Manet, he actually refined some of these instruments. So he's actually in the history books. He didn't invent it, but in the history books are refining some of the different instruments that we use today all over the world.
Wow, this is quite an interesting fact. So Michael, can you give us an idea of how many people are in a steel pan band?
Well, during the year, a band like ours, we have about 35 members on a regular basis. But come Panorama time, Carnival time, we go up to 120. Some bands even have 130, so on.
And how long before Panorama do you guys start to practice?
Well, bands vary. It only varies. But Invaders, we start the first day in the new year per se.
Okay. And who generally decides what song the band will play?
Well, in our band, we have a kind of a democratic kind of, so what happens is that players and so on will send forward selections that they would like us to consider. And the management team headed by the arranger will make that final decision.
Okay. And how many hours do you all usually practice a week?
Well, it's about 4 hours a night every day for the week.
So 4 hours every single night?
At least, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of practice.
Well, that's what it is. To pull 120 people together, that's what it takes.
Wow, that's a lot. So this Invaders, you said, has 35 members?
Regular members.
35 regular members
from after Carnival to December. And then for Panorama, we get additional members, which would amount to 120 in total.
Okay, can you give me an idea of how many different pans that this steel orchestra uses?
Or in our particular band, we use about 10 different types of pan.
Okay, and how do you all decide which member will be on which type of pan?
Well, generally, it's what you like. You join the band and some people come already expert in certain instruments.
Right.
Some people decide that they want to learn, so
right.
We put them anyway. And then sometimes in terms of necessity, like Panorama, we would need to beef up certain sections, so we might ask some of the regular members to play in certain sections.
All right, okay. So say a man come off the street and just walk in and say he want to learn to play steel pan. Do you all have classes, or how do you all teach people to play?
Well, the culture of Trinidad is that, just like you, have you ever played?
I have played before, yes.
Well, so you're expert then, okay. So let's say you haven't played at all. The culture of Trinidad is that you come and we welcome you into the steel band and you just learn as we go along.
Okay. All right, Michael. So we want to find out from you what you think about what's been going on recently in the last couple of years with the Panorama Festival. There have been a lot of complaints that the greens making too much noise and the steel pan players are being distracted and the judges are not being able to judge the competition properly. What do you have to say about that?
Well, in all fairness, that was affected in the first year. But in the last couple of years, they have managed to keep it down and so on. So I wouldn't say, I don't agree that it affects the pan men and it affects the judges. The question is whether it's in the interest of the movement of pan, that sort of thing, whether it's progressive or non-progressive, in the sense that you're having something in a pan event where people are not interested in pan per se, and that's kind of contradictory, kind of conflicting, and I don't know, for me personally, I don't agree with it.
And I think, yeah, actually what you're saying is the truth, because I think a lot of people go just for the lime. They don't really go to listen to the beauty of the instrument itself.
That is correct.
And we're losing that. But how do you think Pan Trinbago can go about promoting this instrument more so that more people are actually interested in listening to the instrument? Well,
I think we are beyond that time about promoting the instrument, right? We are renowned worldwide. Maybe not Trinidad, but certainly the steel pan is renowned worldwide. So, I mean, we have to forget trying to promote the steel pan. Now it's a matter of improving it and stuff like that. If you look at our band year-round, we have about 60% of our players are youths, right? If you watch at bands for Panorama and so on, a lot of the players are youth. So it's not to say that the youths are not interested, right? So It's not about Pan Trinbago promoting it. It's just as anything else. How do you sustain yourself? How do you continue? Right? And is that you have to look towards the youth to carry on the art form kind of thing. So it's just a matter of thinking of the needs of the youth and providing for those needs.
But is there anything in particular that you would like to see Pan Trinbago? Is there anything that you're asking of them that you would like them to see them do in order to improve just Pan in general?
Well, I'd like to see them be more organized. Because in my personal view, there are steel bands out there, the successful steel bands that are more organized than Pan Trinbago. So, you know, that is...
Well, you know, the government organizations and organization is usually not what they're known for.
Well, I don't know if I know that.
Well, I think most trainees understand, and most trainees know that the government organizations generally not the most organized.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that if you call yourself the parent body, the world body sort of thing, you need to stand a notch above the children per se. And I think right now the children are above the parents. So I'd like to see them a little more organized and have a little more vision and act on it.
All right, but how would you like to see Pan grow in terms of globally? We know it's big in Trinidad, but how would we like to see more Pan going away? More Pan band like Invaders traveling away to perform?
Well, I would like to see that, of course, right? But I mean, we and other bands do travel, and there are a lot of steel bands worldwide. You know, so we sit in our country, and I don't think we appreciate or we know what is the value of Pan internationally. When we go out to play and so on, the reception that we get from foreigners is so great. You know, we don't even get that in Trinidad. As a matter of fact, it's more appeasing to play, to perform for foreigners than Trinidadians, right? But it's our thing, we accept it, we take it for granted, you know. But it will grow. It's just that we need, you know, more promoters. And I wouldn't even blame Pan Trinbago, the government, or anything. I just think steel bands need to get up and, just like any entertainer in Trinidad, promote yourself abroad, right? Either by your tunes you select, your performances, your style, whatever. You need to promote yourself. I wouldn't put that blame on anybody else but the steel bands, the bands themselves.
Okay, but would you like to see the steel pan music more incorporated in the soca music? Because a lot of the music is moving away. Unfortunately, we're moving away from our national instrument. We're going towards more dance, electronic dance kind of music.
Well, what is steel band music? What is steel band music? It's an instrument that plays a variety of music. We play classics, we play soca, we play calypso, we play Latin. So it's not a matter of incorporating the steel pan music, it's about incorporating the pan, right? But what is interesting is that I even saw a child's cartoon or whatever you call these children's shows, and they actually had a steel pan in the show. So I mean, we are out there internationally, you know. So it's not about trying to push that. As I say, it's a matter of promoting us, or promoting ourselves. The instrument will take care of itself. It's a fantastic instrument, and people recognize that. We have to recognize that for ourselves.
Okay. So, all right, give us an idea. What song we practicing behind there?
Oh, we are playing this melody. It's sweet. It's a back-in-time tune by Baron.
Okay, so that's what we will be performing for the Panorama?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Michael, so this is Invaders' 75th anniversary.
Yeah.
What does the band have planned special for this occasion?
Well, what we're going to start off the year with is the launching of our The History of Invaders, a book written by Dr. Janine Remy. Right? Well, of course, that's going to talk about the history of Invaders over the last 75 years. We're hoping to have a street fest in front of the Panyard, which is a Tragrick Road, to have the road locked off and so on with various bands that supported us over the years. An exhibition of the history, depicting the history of Invaders, and our contribution to the instrument, the development of the instrument, and to the steel band industry as a whole. Basically, you know, well, of course, we would like to have a concert as well.
Okay, great. So how can the public know about when Invaders is going to be having these different events?
Well, we're going to put it on our website, but we normally publish things like on the media, radio, print media, and that sort of thing. We're certainly going to be aware of it.
Okay. For our viewers out there, the Invaders website is invaders-tt.com. Okay, we would like to thank Michael for joining us here tonight. Thank you, Michael, for joining us here tonight. It was a pleasure, and we look forward for more segments from Carnival Central. Thank you.